Scent bird, I smell good, bitch. And if you want to smell good like me, you'll click down below in the description box and get 15% off of your first month subscription service to Scent Bird, which is a monthly subscription service that sends you perfumes, candles, hand lotions, and makeup. So you guys get down below, check out their website, and sign up.
Everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back after the Soul Train Music Awards video for Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we are getting them done, honey, because I need a nap. Okay, I've been up since like 7 o'clock this morning, 6, 7 o'clock this morning. It's too early for a Monday for me. Okay, so let's get into it. Candy and Todd go to see Dr. Jackie about the surrogacy situation, okay? They thought it was gonna cost like $35K. Dr. Jackie said, oh no, baby, that's them hood prices. You want real deal Holyfield surrogacy, baby? You want upscale, the money that you can afford surrogacy? We talking about 100 to 139K. Todd wants to have both of the babies put in at once, because y'all know they have 2 embryos that they want to use. And it's either you're going to do 2 different mamas or 1 mom with twins. We don't know how that's going to go down. All we know is Candy can no longer like carry her babies to a healthy, in a healthy way. She said she experienced a lot of bleeding last time. So yeah, we understand. I just don't understand why they're so like, oh, the embryos. It's not a baby. Like, it's not a baby. It's not a person. It's a piece of your anatomy that can be reproduced. Like, that's all it is. So the constant need to have more children when you're already so jam-packed in the schedule with businesses. And even though I've said before, I think that Candy and Todd will make the time if they do have another baby. It just kind of seems like, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of seems rushed. It seems unnecessary, but it's not my life. It's not my business. If Candy wants to, spend $200,000 on getting them embryos put in somebody else's womb so that they can pop and come out and look like another little Candy Ace, little tie situation, then go ahead and do what y'all want to do. Okay, do what you want to do. Then Todd asked, can he touch the girl's belly? And they was like, Todd. And then Candy was like, I want to touch her belly. Like, so it's like they don't know what the rules are for this situation. We already know they've announced that they are going to get a surrogate. And I'm like, thank God, that way we won't be all fucking confused and shit like we was when Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union popped up with theirs. Like, well, okay. At least now we know what's going on. Thank you. We appreciate it. So then Eva goes to smoke cigars, which I'm like, okay, with her fiance instead of smoking weed. Okay, that's what she's doing instead of smoking weed, because you can't smoke weed in Atlanta, but you can smoke weed in LA. She ain't got time for the federale hood to be knocking on her and her little accomplished fiance's door about some marijuana. Okay, so they basically sit down and have a conversation about the planning of the wedding. She has a wedding planner. Her mom is doing a lot of the, you do this, you do that. We want it to be like this. So she's just going ahead and letting her do it. But what she does want is for Nene to do the toast, because she always talks to Nene about marriage. She looks at her as like the marriage guru. And I'm like, how long have they been friends? Cause yeah, in your wedding note, okay, like, I'm not mad about it. If they cool like that, they cool like that. You ain't got to be friends with somebody for years in order to feel like you fuck with them at that moment and you want them to be in your wedding. Like, it's fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. It's not like she asking her to be like a bridesmaid or her, her, what you call them? Matron of honor or her maid of honor. She's not asking, it would be me matron because she's married, but she's not asking that of her. So I didn't think it was all that weird. But I did think the meeting up at the spot to smoke cigars was just kind of like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Cigars are disgusting to me. Anyway, so Portia and Dennis have dinner with his mom. Y'all, that mama was not here to play with y'all today. Okay, she was not here to play. Portia got her a little birthday present, which was a Louis Vuitton wallet, and I would have been like, oh, thank you. But she was like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. And I was just like, is it nice, mama? Is it? Because you seem like, she just gave you a wallet from Walmart or some shit like that. Okay, mama says, what did Portia do? What did she put on her son to make him want to introduce them? Because he has never brought a girl home before. And I'm like, well, I guess all them tattoos and shit that Candy and Carmen and was talking about, he ain't really love you hoes. Them tattoos was in henna, okay? He was not really for real with you hoes. He finally want to introduce Portia to the mama, which makes me feel like he's probably more serious about Portia than he was with a lot of the other women. And it also, you know, goes to show Portia is established. She has her own. She doesn't need a man for anything. So he's probably feeling like, oh, I found a woman who also has her own, so she's not going to be trying to come for my pockets, you know, as soon as I pop that baby inside that bitch, okay? So mama asked if they in love, and they say, yeah, you know, since I didn't know you was gonna tell her, because he was like, yeah, since the first date, you know, since the first date. And I'm like, y'all been in love since the first date? Okay. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I just don't. Love at first sight. I mean, I've had love at first sight before in a previous relationship, but I mean, that don't mean it's gonna work out. Like, obviously, that doesn't mean it's gonna work out. So mama asked, are they rushing to the altar? You know, just asking all the good hard questions. And they just kind of glazed over that question and didn't really answer it. And Dennis is sweating and shit. And it's just like, oh, this is getting uncomfortable. Why don't y'all just be honest with mama and tell her that y'all are rushing to the altar? And I just kind of feel like rushing, lady. Them people like 30, almost 40 years old. Like, if them people want to get married, let the people get married. I just don't understand why the mothers always have to have this overbearing, annoying ass attitude when it comes to their sons and shit. Like, moms are happy to try to get to know a man for the most part, you know, and hopefully him be a good suitor for her daughter. But it just seems like these men who have gone without wives for a long time, they mamas just be doing way too much. Like, lady, back the fuck off already. Like, you supposed to be meeting them, but ain't nobody asking for your permission to get married. Nobody's asking your permission to be with your son. Like, just stop that shit. We're going to get to that in a second, because Shamari's situation was like that too, and it kind of annoyed me. Anyway, he says there's a purpose to dating, right? So obviously we're working towards something, and then the mama won't ask, so how do y'all feel about prenups? And I'm like, that is none of your fucking business. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. If that was a conversation mama wanted to have between she and her son, I just kind of felt like that. I just didn't like the fact that she asked both of them that at the table, and they were fine with asking it. Portia was like, I'm fine with a prenup. I want one, and I'm sure he's fine with one as well. Letting her know, lady, I got my own money. I don't need your son's money, and I might need to protect my money from your son and you, just like you thinking that you need to protect your son from me, bitch, okay? Real Housewives is paying me this season, bitch, okay? Main storyline, ho. Main storyline. Y'all better give Portia her just due. That girl got her monties, okay? Mama just sitting up there looking at him like, And I'm like, mama, please stop. Please stop. Your son is old enough now the way he should be able to make decisions on the women he wants to be with without your input. You should trust that you've raised him right so that he can make the right decisions. But all of the shade and all of that, like, I'm just tired of people's families feeling like people have to prove themselves to you. Don't nobody have to prove shit to you. Just accept the best. If I come off like a good person, expect good person until I show you otherwise. Okay? Like, that's just how I feel about it, y'all. Like, you know, we joke and we pride, and so how you doing? What's going on with you? And what you do for a living? Well, all right, like, you ask questions and things of that nature, but to have an energy of being unwelcoming is annoying to me, coming from mothers who are so overbearing over grown-ass sons who you should want to have a wife so that they can have a life of their own, because men who are stuck to their mama's tit are just not healthy. Like, they're just not healthy. I don't care what anybody says. Leave and cleave, motherfucker. That's unhealthy to not leave and cleave, okay? You know, leave your parents, cleave to your wife? Okay. It's unhealthy. So Cynthia invites the girls over for Bailey Q, because you know she always got to name something Bailey something. Bitch, a barbecue. You having a fucking Ritzy Tissy barbecue? Call it barbecue. Trying to change the name and everything. Got her 51-cent shirt on. Cynthia always trying to make some shit a fucking punchline. Who the hell is talking to you about creating all of this bullshit? Talking about her and what's her boyfriend name? Mike. They have a little relationship name, you know, like Benifer and all of that. They got Chill, like Cynthia Hill, because his name is Mike Hill. I'm like, no, girl, no, that's no, okay? You supposed to do like Psych or some shit like that, or Minthia. Like, it's supposed to be a combining of y'all names, not your first initial and his last name put together saying Chill. No, bitch, okay? Just chill. Cynthia, just settle down. You being real lame as fuck. Just you and Will, just chill. Oh, Michael, whatever the fuck his name is. Okay, we've only seen him on the telephone. They do a lot of talking to each other on FaceTime. She told us he didn't already had the cookie and everything. All their conversations are very sexual, letting us know that whenever they get together, okay, the juices that Cynthia has left are just all over the place fucking around with Mr. Mike Hill, okay? They exclusive. And I'm like, oh, all right. And I heard that they didn't broke up. At first, I thought they broke up, but then she was on the Steve Harvey show with him, and obviously they haven't broke up because y'all know Steve Harvey is the one that introduced them. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. So Shamari. Shamari and Ronnie's mom go shopping for a birthday cake for her 2 twin sons because they're about to have their 1-year-old birthday party, and she's in there spending the same amount of money I spent on my wedding cake. She's spending on 2 birthday cakes. But while they're sitting there, you know, eating cake, looking at the cake, trying to figure out what's going on with the cake, she tells Ronnie's mom that they had an open relationship. And I was just like, so why the first time you want to tell this lady this type of information is on camera like this? Like, I just kind of felt like, first of all, you didn't need to tell her that. Second of all, like, the fuck? Like, it just kind of seemed way too much for me. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there right now. Shamari also expressed that she and her mom did not start off on a good foot because mama thought that she was a gold digger, even though Shamari was already in Black. And look, I'm not about to act like Black is the equivalent to TLC or some shit like that. Black was not the equivalent to TLC, but Black had at least a good 3, 4, you know what I'm saying, radio songs, and it was on Bring It On. So I'm sure she had her own money. Like, at the end of the day, I'm sure she had her own shit popping. I don't count people's ducats, and I also don't try to make people feel like just because they wasn't on the same scale as a Janet Jackson back in the day, that they're inadequate or in some way they don't matter, or what they had left behind, their musical legacy doesn't matter all of a sudden because we some years later, okay? As if you're gonna take my love, as if, like, fuck yeah. If y'all didn't like Black, that was on y'all, okay? But yeah, y'all. Ronnie mama thought she was a gold digger, and she was not that. So they had a hard time. They had been married for a while. They was going through a tough time. That's when they had the open marriage and all of that, because she was bi-curious and wanted to kitty click and play with the girls and such. And she just couldn't sleep with men. We find out the details of it at the end of the episode, but I'm just going to tell y'all right now. Like, she was just out here playing with the girls. And her husband was okay with that. She was the one who started it, and she was the one who ended it. She and the mama on a better page right now, but the mama was just like, yeah, let's leave the past in the past, because she brought up how the mom would send Christmas cards to Ronnie and not have her in them. But now you want to be all, nice and mama-daughterish and shit because she got babies. Because y'all know they want to be a bitch until you have a baby, because then they want to be around a grandbaby and all of that shit. I just kind of feel like I understand, mama, you got to protect Ronnie and all of that, but Ronnie is a grown-ass man, and when they got together, he was a grown-ass man. If you got an opinion, you just do your side eye and keep it pushing. But all of that negativity and not writing her in on the Christmas cards and all of that just because of what you think, not because of anything she's actually done, I don't like that shit. I don't like it. I don't care what anybody says, about, how you feel about your son. You are creating assholes by babying the fuck out of these men, okay? Anyway, y'all, moving along. So Cynthia has her barbecue. She invited all the ladies to Lake Bailey. Everybody was to bring a +1 in a homemade dish. These hoes ain't making no homemade dishes or nothing like that. But Portia sent the hot dog factory over there to Lake Bailey, and they was like, who gonna set up all this? Who gonna eat all this? Like, Portia just showing out. And Cynthia said, child, I don't know what you did to Dennis, but girl, you did that. Marlo comes in there with a bedazzled fishing rod so that they can catch a man. I'm like, girl, you need to catch a man. Cynthia got one, okay? Nene tells them about Eva asking her to do the toast at the wedding, and Marlo is like, oh, y'all are friends like that? Oh, well, she probably wants you to do it because otherwise it would be boring. And I'm like, bitch, it's a fucking wedding. Like, shut up. Like, a wedding. It is a wedding. It is not about your entertainment. It's not about the entertainment of any of you motherfuckers that's been invited to eat and drink for free. It is a place for you to join in the congratulatory situation. Okay? Yes, I said that. The party celebrating these two people coming into a union together. That's what it's about, Marlo. You fucking hater. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but Marlo and her little slick shit works on my nerves because you just be looking at her like, bitch, you ain't got no man, you ain't never been married, we don't even know how you make your money, and you got so much shit to say about other people. Like, girl, okay? Cynthia says that Eva told the streets that Cynthia paid Will to be her boyfriend. And I'm like, girl, where did you get that from? Can you tell us who told you that? Why would she say that? We all know that Cynthia is hella cheap. We know that. Why would she pay for a man when she don't even want to pay for a luxury, hotel room for you bitches? That don't even make sense. Nene says that Eva is different when it's just the two of them versus when she's around the group. And I feel like that's because she's trying to tread lightly. Because if you come in too hard with these ladies at the beginning, then shit goes downhill quickly. We already seeing how the shit is going downhill this season, okay? Everything is Eva as far as who's being the antagonist on the show this season. So Candy and Carmen come through. Shamari brings vegetable salad. I was like, okay. And Nene's friend Tanya comes through. She's a client of Nene's, kind of like a nerdy, geeky kind of woman, but she's into the fashions. And she says that she and Marlo have a lot in common because they are very into the labels. And Marlo is just like, hating and shit, just mad. Whenever Nene has another friend, Marlo gets upset about it. So Portia, Shamia, and Lauren are riding together on their way to Cynthia's house, and they talk about the shade that Eva threw towards Shamia. And Shamia ain't worrying about that. Shamia pregnant. Shamia won't eat. Like, bitch, I can give a fuck, whatever. So Eva and her friend Matoi come through. I think Matoi is the girl who does the weaves, like who does her weave real good. I could be wrong, but I think that's her. Either way, Eva has to prove that she cooked the pineapple upside down cake. She was like, see, girl, see, that's my cast iron right there. Oh, I'm right. Okay, girl, you could have downloaded them pictures from anywhere. But I understand what you're trying to say. Like, bitch, if I got to prove it, I got to prove it. That's fine. You need your receipts in this circle, in this clique, okay? So once everybody gets there, except for Portia and them, they joke about how Ronnie was judging Candy and about the placement. And Shamari says, well, he is a legend and he be knowing. I'm like, girl, if you call this nigga a legend one more time, okay, like we get it, bitch. We know. BBD, okay, new edition, dated shit, we know. We don't need you to remind us about it because you married to the nigga, okay? Both of y'all big ass heads together just creating big ass heads all over the world, y'all. They both got some big ass heads. I got a big ass head, but they got some big ass heads, okay? Anyway, y'all, so Portia is excited that Dennis brought all of his, weenie to the party. I'm like, yeah, girl, brought that weenie down to the party. Then they play a game, y'all. They play a game Pass the Peach. You got the peach, you got to pull a question. If you want to answer the question, you answer it. If not, you pass the peach to somebody else and they got to answer it, okay? So who needs a makeover? First question. Eva doesn't really want to say it. I don't know who pulled that question, but it eventually, everybody was like, Shamari. Shamari needs help, okay? All right, Shamari needs help. She's dressed like it's 2000 and everybody's feeling some type of way about it. I thought that the bandeau top, I was just like, what is that? Like, why is that happening? Like, that was my thing. I thought Candy's off the shoulder ruffle, peplum shit was off the chain. Like, I did like that. I don't know what the shit she was doing. Like, girl, just get another shirt. Just please get another shirt. What is an actual shirt of any kind, but a real shirt. You got a brown. Like, what is going on? So Marlo asks who's a big liar. She says that Portia is the big liar of the past, but that Eva is the liar of the now, of the future. And Eva is like, how am I a liar? Like, explain. And Marlo is just like, because we don't really know you. And it's like, well, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, just because you don't know me don't mean I'm a liar, but just say we feel like you fake and phony, bitch. You one way in front of Nene and another way in front of us. That's what you could have said, but that's not what you said. Candy calls out the fact that she's over there fixing plates for Shamia, but yet she was talking all of that shit about Shamia. And she was like, I asked Portia what friends she was bringing. What's so fucked up about that? And Carmen was like, girl, really? What's fucked up about it? Y'all, it's so messy. Like, I still believe that Eva was very much shading Shamia, but she was not shading her skin tone. It was not a shade to her skin tone. It was a shade to her not being of importance, not being in black with a Q. Do y'all understand? Like, I know a lot of y'all want to keep fighting and y'all believe that so hard, and that's because the joke flew over your head and y'all didn't remember that black was spelled with a Q. Because whether she was black with a Q or without a Q, what the fuck does that have to do with skin tone? When has that ever been a jig towards somebody's skin tone? Oh, bitch, yeah, you black, but you black without the Q. Like, what? That is not a dig to skin tone. Never in anybody's ribbon days have somebody said, oh, bitch, yeah, look at you, you black without the Q. Like, what? Like, that is not a rib to her skin tone. That was a shade to her not being of importance. But that wasn't shade to her skin tone. So I wish everybody would stop saying that. Like, just admit that the shit flew over your head and you got confused. It's okay. It is O-fucking-K. All right? But we ain't about to keep arguing with this shit. If you come at me sideways in these comments, I'm going to block you. Like, that's what I've been doing lately. I'm not arguing with people. I'm not going back and forth. I said what the fuck I said. If you feel some type of way about that and you want to come at me sideways, I will block you. Please state your opinions below, but be respectful. That's all. You ain't got to say what you was looking at, bitch, you stupid, da-da-da-da. We ain't got to do all of that. We do not have to do all of that. I don't want y'all to get blocked from my channel. But I will block you if I have to, okay? So moving along, because, you know, people were still in my comments with that shit a whole week later. And I'm just like, yo, it's Saturday. Like, the show come on new tomorrow. I don't give a fuck. Like, why are you still talking to me about this shit? And Cynthia brings up her saying that she paid Will to date her. And here's my thing. Eva, what does that mean that you didn't necessarily say that? What does that mean? Did you or did you not say it, bitch? Did you or did you not say it? It's a real point blank period type of situation. I mean, obviously, I think that Eva probably did say that shit. And I think she was saying it to be shady, but I don't think she was saying it based off of any facts. Because I don't think Cynthia would ever do that. And Cynthia said, well, let it be forever broken down, okay? Let it be known and heard and understood that when you look like this, you ain't got to pay nobody to date you. And I'm like, girl, I know that's right, okay? Shamia gets like a little thing about who shaded her recently. And it was like, well, obviously it was Eva. Like, but Eva was still sitting right next to her. And she was like, you need anything? I think she was doing it because Eva just had her baby and Shamia is pregnant. And she just kind of knows as a pregnant woman how it feels. I think that's where that was coming from. But it didn't seem to be beef in front of Shamia. And I'm like, if it's beef, like, let it be known, but don't keep making all of these little slide comments about her and about Cynthia and then acting like y'all cool when you get in front of her face. Because that is some fake ass shit. And we're going to call you out on that every time, Eva. Okay? Don't be fake, bitch. Be cute. Don't be fake. Okay? If you're going to call somebody out, call somebody out. If you're going to feel some type of way, feel some type of way. But don't keep on saying slick shit when other people are around her. And then expect them not to bring it back to your friend. So then Candy gets the one who is the freakiest. And everybody like, bitch, it's you. And then she threw it to Portia. She was like, no, bitch, okay, because you the real freak, but you don't want to let nobody know. And she was like, okay, so what's my freak number? What's my freak number? And she was like, oh, it's probably a 9 because I don't do anal. She was like, you mean you don't do anal anymore? And she was like, you told me that you did anal. She was like, no, he tried to do anal and he failed. And I'm like, oh, couldn't get the back door open, huh? So then Cynthia asks who's been in an open relationship. And that's when Shamari stands up with both hands up. And she was like, oh, no, and I stand up. Y'all, that shit was too funny to me. She says that, yes, and y'all, when everybody was asking questions, especially when Nene was like, oh, girl, let me know so I can know how that works. So wait, having sex, she was like, yes, fucking other people. And she was like, so you couldn't go get the big, she was like, so you could just go get the big black dick if you want? She was like, no, I couldn't mess with men. There were rules. I couldn't mess with men. So I slept with like 2 women and he probably slept with like 10. And like I said, she started it and she ended it because she figured out that the grass wasn't greener on the other side. And I'm just like, okay, I guess, girl. And then Shamia asked, if you were stranded on a desert island, which one of the ladies would you bring and why? And Portia said, don't all the lesbians reply at once? Portia! I was like, bitch, you just know everybody want to fuck you, huh? And y'all, Shamari let us know this episode that Portia been had that ass. And I know she did. Like, I remember seeing her ass, you know, and her having ass. But Lord, what it is now. Ooh, Lord, it's a totally different monster we dealing with, okay? But you know what? Portia is like a statuesque woman, so it will only make sense. You know what I'm saying? Either way, y'all, the show is actually enjoyable. Like, it was, you know, kind of to the point, I enjoyed the fact that they were able to sit down and have that game and play that game without any real beefage taking place. Nobody wanted to fight anybody. Nobody wanted to grab anybody's weave. It was a cute enough episode to enjoy. So I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Okay, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in 90 Day Fiancé.